wanna be a player, but you weren't too smart. You gotta hit Melt up to get a pimp out of.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Zero Cool's episode of Pimp My Arc. He's actually on Discord with me right now. Zero Cool, say hello.
Hey everybody, what's going on?
Hey. All right, so we've actually done an episode of Pimp My Kingdom with you before on Sky Kingdoms. You're the one and only account that's ever had a Pimp My Arc for Sky Kingdoms. Sky Kingdoms is a game just like Arc of War, made by the same developers, but it's more magic-y and fantasy related. But this is your Arc of War account. Now, did you have this before or after your Sky Kingdoms?
It was definitely before Sky Kingdoms. I was heavy into this, and then, like I said, I saw one of your videos, and I thought I'd give Sky Kingdoms a try.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. That didn't pan out very well.
Not at all.
But, okay, so you're back on Arc of War. You've abandoned Sky Kingdoms for the most part. Any shout-outs there?
To my boys at AMG, it was a pleasure, fighting with you guys, and our friendly rivals, your guild, Cha. They're actually really cool people there.
They're still active, too. Kanna's still running that guild, and I don't know if Shagan's still active, but he's definitely active in the community.
Yeah, good people.
Yep, a lot of good people there. That game is really held together by the community and the players within, so we'll see how long it lasts. And they keep rolling out new stuff, so hopefully, no one feels like they lost their investment on that game. And that's the same thing that we fear could happen in Arc of War if the game and community falls apart. So we'd like to avoid that. Yeah, I'd like to avoid that. So tell me, 161 million power, NB55 avatar. What are we trying to do today?
So I've been trying to get this strategy for GB. I've pumped most of my leadership into my Dragon Slayer, and I want to be more than just a one-trick pony in GB. I kind of want to see with my gear, my commanders, what you think I could do to throw a second commander out there to be useful besides, scoring points and holding the capital. Okay,
so that makes my life really easy. First off, shame on you for being a Dragon Slayer main. That's like the New Age Vega. 650,000 leadership, no small amount. Currently awakened to unavailable. Anyway, you can awaken that up. She's an A commander, harder to awaken. Currently, you're running a damage 1-slot bust build, no penetration, level 40 gear. My God, dude, this is sick gear. Shadow is definitely the best chess piece for standard combat because what you're really afraid of is a full swee march, right? Like that's how I run. So that's my direction. First thing I'll say is if you're focused on galactic battle and server side and peak contests and all-star, that's not really your forte. You still want to compete there, but like galactic battle's where it happens. That's what puts your guild on the map. Speaking of which guild is this?
I'm with the Zero for the time being.
Oh, King Kane's guild. Fat Chicks and Cake. What's up, guys?
That's the motto.
That's the motto. Every YouTube video's got that motto in it. He's been good about that branding. Very strong branding.
Oh, yeah.
Check this out. All right, got the full lineup. Nordy's here. I got Running Ore here. Let's see. I recognize a lot of these guys, and I'm sure there's some girls. Straight Shooter. Wow. This is one of the bigger community guilds. There's like Win, Visa, USG. I shouldn't start naming guilds. Zero. I shouldn't, because I'm gonna leave a guild out.
All good. Don't forget about Dom. Them good people too.
Right? Dom's good people. Oh God, I'm gonna leave some guilds out. Shout your guild out in the comments below. Satanic Mummy's here. A lot of officers. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the direction of current galactic battle. So because you're a big ship, but not the biggest ship, you get to rely on the big hitters in the guild, right? Anyone over 200 million power is really carrying the load. Now, in your guild, you really only have just a handful of people over 200 million. That's Kane, that's Ants, right? Anyone else over 2 million?
I think there's one other person. He's the very top of the non-officers. I can't remember his name at the moment. What is it?
Blindside. No,
That's it. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess he jumped guilds. Okay, well, I guess we're working with two guys right now.
Okay, so you're actually, even though, okay, so I was thinking, I'm so jaded by the whales. So you're actually like a top 3, top 5 ship. So you're going to be expected to stand and hold. But then again, as a Dragon Slayer main, you're best suited as a 1-slot bust, point gatherer, maybe ship defender, maybe a jump and attack, kind of warping people. But when it comes to galactic battle, unfortunately, the current meta dictates that you should always have your SWE gear maxed the highest, because anyone worth their salt in galactic battle is going to be running a shadow chess piece. because Strength and Weaken is so powerful with Tier 12, and the Tier 12 HP troops, even though they ignore SWE with that tear space, you can still go a long way with just a proper SWE march. So, it sucks because you have such high-level gear in pure damage, and I'm suffering this because your gear is basically the same as my ghillie build, right? It's like all damage.
All damage.
Yeah, a little bit of resistance weaken, guaranteed hit gems. You're not really a tank commander or a balance commander. It's all about landing a big hit, getting that shockwave or crushing blow shockwave combo. For me, nonviolent resistance Gemini.
Right.
But because Galactic Battle is the deal, is the main focus, I would say, where's your SWE gear at? Let's take a look. Oh no.
I'm actually out of SWE gear right now. You can look at my commanders, but I have some extra penetration gear, but SWE didn't do for me what I thought it would early game. Like, I was an infantry main back when I was tier 7, and SWE gear was not panning out for me, so I canned it for Spirit Stone frags and whatnot. It didn't really do much for me.
So you talked about having a second commander in the lineup. Unfortunately, the current meta right now absolutely favors Hancock. Hancock with Feral Strength is so ridiculously powerful that you can risk just 2 or 3 units, 5 units per slot, front row, back row, and with a SWE march, if you catch somebody, if you tier 11 infantry on Hancock, if you have just maxed out SWE like 600% SWE, even if someone has a shadow chess piece, it's not going to be enough. They still have to have more resistance weakened in their gems or their awaken.
Right.
So if you're running a Hancock with like 600 SWE, full SWE gear, and the Diablo, or what is it called? The Archangel Hall. Help me out. Not Diablo.
They are.
What's it called? It's totally derailing my point. Gabriel. It is. Yeah.
That's right.
So it's got strength and weaken. So what can happen is if you run tier 11 infantry on Hancock with SWE gear, you can catch all the infantry mains because tier 11 infantry can SWE tier 11 or can SWE infantry. Tier 11 infantry can also SWE airships. So if you're going to run into a Vega, a Dragon Slayer, which is very, very common when you're in Galactic Battle because those are the guys that come after you and they try to warp you and they try to break your line. You catch them with a proper SWE march. That little small risk from Hancock can all of a sudden do so much damage. So, unfortunately, you're missing not only one set of SWE gear, you're missing 2 sets because you almost need 2 sets.
Right.
Which it sucks because like gear is so expensive, and you have like level 30 gear is easy to get, and if you have level 30 SWE gear, you'll be fine. But you've got level 40 gear, and I know how hard it is to get level 36, level 37, but level 40 gear, that totally throws a wrench into a whole new direction. Yeah. So Hancock weapons for SWE, all he really gets to choose from is the original destruction weapon. Okay, right? Rabbit ear headband. I think airship too. They don't see infantry. We get SWE on Wild Rose. Wild Rose has it. You can actually get away with doing Wild Roses because they have that penetration, which is nice for Hancock and not really for Hancock, but Dragon Slayer for sure though. So for Dragon Slayer, you need that penetration gear. I'd say run the double Wild Rose on Dragon Slayer. Run the rabbit ear headband. There's the SWE pants. Right, where are the SWE pants?
Those are assault, aren't they?
Yeah,
the green ones down there.
Green ones. There they are. Okay, and then no SWE in the chess piece, right? Right. I don't believe so. Yeah, you can get other chess pieces. Oh, you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that. Bad area.
Okay. But yeah, chess piece is your choice. But as far as pants for Dragon Slayer and Hancock, gotta go assault. For headpiece, destruction. I'm sorry, rabbit ear headband. And then for Hancock, you'll go double destructions and then double wild roses. And the reason you don't go wild rose on Hancock is because penetration doesn't matter on him because he's using that feral strength to rip their defense down, and you just need to survive 1 or 2 rounds. That being said, the Hancock SWE tier 11 build means that you don't need to run steam cannon. You can, but it's actually better to run Wings of Eternity or Twin and just trigger. The faster you can trigger up this feral strength, the better you'll do. especially if you're going against a tier 12 HP troop that can beat your strengthened weakened. But unfortunately, that's the direction you have to go. You do need guaranteed hit, a little bit of high accuracy there to make sure he actually lands the hit after he removes all their stats. But that's what I would do. Let's check out your research. 160 million power. Let's check. Wait. Leadership, 60,000. You got a lot. You only need a couple thousand leadership on Hancock to be effective as a utility comm. Obviously, your main needs a lot.
What I'm going to do is after I get Hancock to S class, I'm going to transfer most of his leadership to Dragon. So I want Dragon at 700,000. I'll keep Hancock maybe about 10, 15,000.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. And you can defend yourself with Hancock or defend yourself with Dragon Slayer one slot bust, right? Give yourself a chance, first strike, score some big points, and then send Hancock off to clear marches or clear capitals. With Sui March, you can clear capitals with very low risk, which really helps out the guild. Now, in Galactic Battle, you get points every 10 minutes now, so giving up a few points of tier 11 at the potential to gain a huge win over a large march with Sui is definitely worth it, and that's just how the meta is playing right now.
Right.
So let's take our look at our research. Hold on, before we go any further into this, I have to ask, do you want to divulge how much money you've spent on Arc of War?
I want to say maybe a little over 30,000 total, I think.
30,000? How many years?
I've been playing since you were in God, so it's been a long time.
Long time. 3 years since I started, really, right before I started doing right after I started doing a lot of videos, yeah. Okay, so...
Yeah, I remember first starting and seeing you on my server. I was like, hey, that's convenient.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it looks like you definitely went down Walker for sure and got to tier 10 Walker, tier 10 airships, and you stayed on the airship path, which makes sense. Looks like you have airship HP level 7 as opposed to, you have accuracy at level 6. Go ahead and finish HP because at level 9 and 10, you get way more per level. It's a little more expensive, but it's worth saving up for. And then airship defense. Okay, so we still got a ways to go on high. Oh, we still got tier 12 to get to. Interesting. Okay, so the good news is you're going to have tier 10 walkers, which means you're going to be able to Sui, infantry with the Reyes. Ooh, but tier 11 is definitely the better one. Once you get tier 11 airships, my Hancock idea won't work.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a full metal main. Dragon Slayer was a real game changer for me.
Yeah, full metal main. Gotcha. Okay, so if that's the case, I would recommend not going down the Walker path. That's the end. So if you're going to be airship research and infantry is your only choice, because tier 11 airships can Sui airships and then walkers. That means that you can use the tier 11 airships on an infantry comm. The question is what commander is going to do it best? Well, you still have to go with the Sui March, right? But the question is what commander's going to do it? No one can hit like Hancock in the infantry class after a few rounds. I would say what I like about Nekajiro is that he's so easy to awaken. I love that about him. However, what I love about Gilly is that you don't need the penetration weapons necessarily. You can use the hat, the legs, the hull, and get pretty far with Sui. And Gilly hits, it throws a wrench in the plans.
Yeah, the non-violence resistance hits like a hammer.
Yeah, it's big time damage. It definitely is. And it's tier 11, so the tank Stella build won't work. Plasma is not terrible, but he kind of is compared to Hancock. Infantry just doesn't have a potent commander like Hancock. No one does. Hancock is so unique in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
He's powerful. Yes, he is a little overpowered. Because he doesn't scale. He scales all the way to the top and just rips away everything. Man. I'm going to have to think on that. And I'll let the commenters decide too. Because there's another argument here for Bullet. And I know this is kind of strange. But see, Bullet with tier 1 Rangers and Wings of Eternity is so powerful for not giving away points and potentially scoring huge ghost cannon hits over and over and over. It's a repair bill and it's a bullet build, which not very fun, especially when you're 30k into the game and you've got tier 11 and you're a hard hitter for the guild. I'm surprised you don't have tier 12. How did that happen?
My first year or so, I was stubborn and trying to learn things myself. So a lot of the money I spent was for healing troops, and that was it. And replacing troops, because I would lose a lot. I was a real PvP guy in the beginning.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And research, I didn't think research was important, so that was my big mistake in the beginning.
So I want to throw this out there. I made a video about King and Kid, the Overdrive Mind's Eye video. And how it works is Kid's Overdrive is a triple strike, okay? And King's Mind Eye says that if you miss, then you will have another attack, and this one will hit, and it scales like crazy. Cerberus has Overdrive. He has his own version for infantry. It's called Hydra-Headed Attack. And Lady and Beast has the same Mind's Eye skill called Destructive Power. It's 80%, not 100%. But if you combo Hydra-Headed Attack with Lady and Beast's missing skill, and you just go like a penetration build on Cerberus with tier 11 airships, that would be really powerful. Now, not as good as Hancock powerful, but you get to main Lady and Beast with Cerberus Hydra-Headed Attack. So you get another airship comm, and you get to scale that destructive power up to 60. You don't have the 20% skill is not that important. But you could rock a Cerberus Hydra-Headed Attack, which is kind of unique. And I don't think that's a bad idea, because going a utility comm Gilly, utility comm Neko, utility comm Plasma, I mean, the meta dictates that you should probably use Plasma in the tier 11 airships. Probably. You're going to have bigger, stronger, 20 to 50,000 leadership fights. You'll be able to trade really well with Plasma. He'll be a force to be reckoned with in any capital. Still vulnerable to Sui if you park him somewhere, but it would be kind of cool to have a Lady and Beast Cerberus. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'll let you digest that. Let people in the comments throw around some ideas. Let King Kane and the boys kind of get an idea. Because what about Galactic Battle Direction? Do you guys have like a war leader that kind of calls people out and lays roles out? What do they have you doing?
Usually we want to. Well, we have like me specifically. Kane will have me grab the spy tower. What do you call that first building? Or we'll call it the vision tower. So I usually send Hancock there first to test their attack comms, and then I'll send Dragon Slayer to kind of deter them. That way we can get vision, and King Kane can make his move for the cabs. Yeah, and after him, we all charge it and fill it up and do our best to hold it for the time allotted.
Yeah, and Dragon Slayer is really good for that. Question is what do you defend your ship with? Oh man, tier 10 sucks compared to tier 11 just because it can't Sui as well.
I agree with that completely.
And I'd hate to send you down the tier 11 path for Walker just to get something that works with Hancock. But he's so powerful. And the other thing about if you do build a full Sui set for Hancock and you do that, Hancock in Endless can get you a ton of rewards every time it comes around. I know it's rare, but when Endless comes around, Hancock can go like an extra 20 or 30 layers deep just because of his feral strength and the NPCs not having research. So it's really easy to kill him in 5 rounds. Doesn't take much leadership, a couple thousand really. But
yeah, he definitely paid dividends his last time Endless was around.
Yeah. Oh, did you do well with him?
I did extremely. Actually, I was very impressed with him.
How far did you get?
I want to say I broke the 200 mark for the first time in 3 years.
Yeah.
I think it's the big Plasma that stopped me.
Yeah, he's nasty. You have to like send a small march or a Sui march, or then yeah. Yeah, you can get him though. You can get that Plasma. He's hard though. Hancock, man. Tina actually got me one time. I got stuck on Tina, but I haven't been well. I think I made it to 200 one time. But with Dragon Slayer, you have big damage you can get through, and that Hancock is a nice utility. I don't know, man. I think that's kind of where this account goes. You've got to build a Sui set for Dragon Slayer. All right, double Wild Rose, Rabbit Ear Headband, and then the pants. I like the shadow chest piece, but then Hancock. Do you go Hancock or do you go infantry?
Usually I'll defend my arc with Hancock and let Dragon Slayer doesn't work, but I try things here and there. I'm trying to get 2 attack systems. That's why I'm getting my Vega leadership up. That way I can have Dragon Slayer and Vega be on the offensive over in GB.
Yeah. Vega's great offense too. Big 1-slot bust, breakdown still hits hard. He's no slouch.
Yeah, I have the exact same gear except at 30 with him.
Yeah, let's take a look here at Walker troops. So you have 1,000 tier 10 walkers. That's a lot. Well, the good news is that it's going to take time to build the sweet sets. They're rare when they come around. They're expensive. You're going to need a set for Dragon Slayer first. Then you have to decide if you're going to go with tier 11 airships and an infantry build, or tier 11 airships or tier 10 walkers and stay with a Hancock build. It just sucks because tier 10 can't do what tier 11 can. The fact that tier 11, and for people listening at home, tier 11 walkers, right? They can swee walkers and they can swee infantry. They can swee themselves and infantry, as opposed to tier 10, which can only swee its advantage. And it doesn't work against other tier 9, tier 10. It can work against tier 11, though.
Right.
Yeah, so tier 11 can swee 2 types, basically. Well, what are the other commanders in the guild right now? Do you guys have a Gilly? Do you have a Stella? Do you have a Neko?
I know Kane's rolling a really big Gilly, man. I think there's people apart with that thing.
Yeah, I know he's got a big Gilly.
If memory serves, Ants is transitioning from Rogers to somebody else. I just can't recall who at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think X-Rain is a Vega, if not mistaken. Again, I could be wrong. It's been a while since our last GB, so I have to talk to those guys about that.
Yeah, and I want to throw a wrench in my own plan here, because if you go Lady and Beast with Cerberus Hydra-headed attack, you have to have full penetration gear. You know, not sweet gear. It's got to be full penetration gear.
Yeah, I definitely am not lacking in penetration. I might try that out. That sounds like it has some potential.
It's super rare too, and it's cool, and you'll catch people off guard with it. They'll go to march it and see Lady and Beast and go, "What?" And then all of a sudden, she just starts offloading crazy damage. And you'll send like 5 units per slot, and they'll come into you with 50 units, just trying to make sure they clear you in one shot or something. No. How far
Not today.
How far are we from Planewalker? Oh, we're far away. We're thousands of dollars away. Damn, dude. That's like the one joy of being infantry, was that you're able to pick up Hancock and go right into tier 12. Airships, not so much, man. That's just another reason why airships aren't as good as the rest. How have you noticed airships? Have you tried Rogers out? Have you tried Orochi out?
I've tried Rogers. Not as good as I thought, unfortunately. This was obviously before the plugin skills too. Orochi, I have him. I haven't been able to test him out yet. I think I'm not sure if Orochi can get what's his name? Uberian's backstab skill. I think that would be interesting with Orochi. That's what I was thinking about.
Orochi with backstab?
Would that work?
Let's see. Well, because you have tier 11 airships, you would get... Well, see, Orochi is a full tank commander, right? And he's going to be getting his damage from corrosive armor.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you were landing big backstabs, it probably wouldn't hit very hard. Even though it can scale up to 1,000%, you still have to stack damage gear. Now, Orochi does, just like all airship comms, they do have to run damage in their weapon slot. So probably Titans like Rogers does.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, there's better weapons now, but still, damage in that slot, I don't know if that would be a great concept. But the thing about Huberian is his backstab skill hits for full damage on the second strike. And if I can find him here. Is he unlocked? Oh, there he is.
Unlocked it. I ate him.
Yeah, so the additional attack from backstab is full damage, even if it's only a level 1 skill, which is really nice.
Sure is.
Yeah. Scale's really Don't have Lady and Beast either.
I ate her up. I ate all of her destructive power for my Dragon Slayer.
Yeah. Destructive
But
power.
I'm
Oh, destructive power. That's right.
I've been getting wrecked by dodgy infantry the past 3 GBs, and I was like, I need to change this. So we had Lady and Beast event. I freaking unlocked her. I ate her and gave GS level 9 destructive power, and we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, the downside of Dragon Slayer is if she triggers Shockwave but doesn't trigger Crushing Blow, then she does no damage. Now, of course, you're running Sagittarius Gemini, so you have 2 more chances to trigger, which is nice. But yeah, destructive power, you'd have to main Lady, which means no more eating it up. I think level 9 destructive power is still really good. You know, that even level 1 destructive power can do wild things. If you catch a Ranger in slot 1, level 1 destructive power is enough.
Oh yeah, game over.
Man, I really want to give you like solid advice on what second commander to build. And the truth is like, given the account situation right now, if you stopped spending, I would say easy. Go Sui set on Hancock, use tier 10. You don't have to spend any more money, and you've got a viable build. Now, Sui gear can be a couple $100. But moving forward, how do we take advantage of that tier 11? Can we use an infantry comm to really circle out and be trade effectively? And the fact is Plasma is supposed to be the option there. He's just not that good. Just not that good. Unless you're going against a glass cannon build against, well, that's the thing. I mean, one of the issues for Dragon Slayer is infantry comms, and one of the biggest banes of infantry is Plasma. Plasma destroys everything except Tank Stella build. So,
very true.
Yeah, Gilly, Hubarian, you can do a lot with a Plasma, and that's really the crux of your build. But you're usually fighting on 2 fronts, attacking a stronghold and then defending your base, not the same place. You're not getting slow marched either. I guess you might be getting slow march if you turn your shield on, or not exile. What's that thing called? Forgetting my names.
Oh,
Force field.
That's right.
Yeah, force field. Then you can choose, if you're getting hit by a big infantry comm, you can just throw Plasma up. If you know they have enough resistance, we can just throw your Plasma up, let them blow them up. Otherwise, you just defend yourself 1 slot bust with Dragon Slayer and get some huge hits. Okay, well, I mean, that kind of settles it. I think moving forward, those are the things you got to digest. And I think maybe there's room for better options here. Like, you know, Hubarian penetration build with tier 11 airships probably is really good. I'm probably underestimating how good that would be.
Right.
Yeah, Wings of Eternity on Hubarian with Andromeda, Sagittarius. What else would do good there? I would say Pisces is probably overkill. Gemini is probably not terrible either. Just more hit is nice. But, you know, with 10 units per slot on Hubarian, he could trade, 10 to 1 in most matchups with a nice little penetration build. But that's something you got to digest. I mean, those are just food for thought. I mean, Gilly Nekajiro probably not a good choice, but Hubarian Plasma, yes. Or just stick with Hancock, and that's kind of where you're at.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. That being said, I think we kind of covered it. I'd like to keep it nice and tight. Some of the interviews have been going long. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Let me see. Did you cover GB, commander possibilities, research direction?
10 pure crystals.
I mean, that's all I got for now. I guess I can hit you up online if I have any other specific questions.
Yeah, you're a patron, so you can hit me up anytime. Message me. Let me know the updates. You're actually the first account we've actually revisited, but technically it's not because we never did this account. But it was fun.
Yeah,
I look forward to doing it. I know London's Fog and Magnum PI and a couple other guys want to. Well, I don't know if they want to, but they've grown a lot, and it'll be interesting to see where they're at now after those episodes.
Oh yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right. Well, then let's wrap it up. Zero Cool. Last shout outs. Anything you want to say?
Thanks to the Zero Guild. You guys are helping me very well. It's always a pleasure sharing the battlefield with you. and my home guild GRS. You guys keep up the good fight, and I look forward to being back with you guys as well.
Okay. And were you Zero Cool before you joined Zero the Guild?
I was Zero Cool from the beginning. I'm a big fan of the movie Hackers. That's how I roll.
Wait. Zero Cool, wasn't it Crash and Burn? Crash Overdrive and
Ride was his second alias, but he was originally known as Zero Cool. They just worked out with Zero.
That movie's a classic. That's a classic. That's going to be one of those movies 20 years from now. People are going to go back and go, should I watch movies that are 40 years old? And they're like, Hackers probably, it might be one of the movies that people watch, but I feel like a lot of them are going to get left behind. Okay, then let's wrap it up. Zero Cool, thanks for doing this, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. My pleasure. Y'all have a good one.
So you wanna be a player, but you weren't too smart. You gotta hit Melt up to get a pimp